How's it going, everyone? Hopefully you're doing well. Welcome to update 1.16.1. And it brings with it a few good changes. There are also a few changes that went under the radar and they just haven't even spoke about. And yeah, we're going to get straight into it all. Now, the main features of this update are going to be the new vehicle outlining. As you can see here, this is especially important for when you have 3D styles like this on the mouse. Beforehand, this is what you would see, and it would be fully outlined of like all the gun turrets and everything else. And it was quite annoying, actually, because you would think, oh, look, I can pen this or I can hit this and it's part of the vehicle model, but it's not. So now you can have only what the vehicle model actually is and is hittable as the outline, rather than all this excess stuff added on top. Now, by default, this is not turned on, so you do need to go into your settings, go to the reticle tab, and then go to outlining, and then you can turn it on and change the settings as you like them. As you can see here, there is also a penetrable area where you can change the texture for, as you can see down here, where if there is something blocking it and you've got AP, APCR, HE loaded, because they are the three ammo types that will go through objects, heat will not, then you will be able to see if you can pen it or not. So it's quite useful for people that don't know, but that's not so much useful for experienced players. But there you go. In my opinion, this is absolutely fine, and it's a nice little quality of life update. I don't see any issues with it. A lot of people were complaining about it, but I feel like after a month or so, you're just going to get used to it and you won't even notice the difference after a while. Now, probably the main feature of this update is the Art of Strategy, I will say event, because we don't actually know if it's going to be implemented as a full game mode all the time yet, as it is still in the common test and it's not available just yet on the live servers. Maybe it is just an event, because it does say here it is an event and not just a full all-time game mode. So I'm going to guess it'll be something like Frontline. This may even replace Still Hunter to a certain degree. I don't know. Nobody knows for sure. I'd be surprised if it did replace Still Hunter, because a lot of people do actually enjoy playing that. So maybe this is just another added on extra that you'll get. Maybe you'll have Frontline and Still Hunter at the start of the month and then Art of Strategy at the end of the month or something. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did incorporate this into the Battle Pass at some point. What this is a 7v7 or 7v1 game mode. And the reason why I do say 7v1, and some of you may be thinking, well, that's a bit stupid, but it's not, because you are in charge of 7 tanks and you can basically play defensively and try and stop the enemy from defeating you. So it is a real-time strategy kind of game mode, event, whatever you want to call it. As you can see here, you just start playing and then you can pick your tanks, obviously 7 tanks, and then you do have some defenses as well, such as like a flamethrower, you got artillery barrage and stuff like that. So you have plenty of ways to defend around the map that you're playing. One thing that I will mention is that there are restrictions on the vehicles at the moment, and you cannot even play the CS63, the M5Y, the STRV, the ST2, and an EBR, as well as kind of the global map, kind of, I'm guessing 260, and obviously Chieftain 279 is there, so all the Clan Wars reward tanks won't be available. The FV215B 183 and also the Foch 155, I think, are allowed, but don't quote me on that. Oh yes, it does actually say. So it says for the global map and for personal missions. So 260, 279E, Chieftain, anything that you get through the Clan Wars reward shop. I don't know if the 121B is there, because it is both in the Clan Wars reward shop and in the Bond Store reward shop. But the FV215B, the standard one, is in there, and also the 183 is available. But interestingly enough, I don't know why they would block out the M5Y and the ST2. But the ST2 is not a super strong tank. I mean, the STRV, sure, like, because you would just be able to stick that at the back of the map and just snipe everyone. But there's no difference between really doing that with that tank and a Leo 1. I don't know. It's an interesting decision to remove those vehicles, but yeah. I mean, I can understand the EBR, but the rest of them are a little bit weird. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this anymore. We're going to move on from this because I am going to be making a video on it, so keep subscribed and you'll see when that gets released. And finally, Frontline is returning. So Frontline is coming back and it is going to be starting in May. Now, this means that you should be able to play this in the current Battle Pass. I'll be extremely surprised if they started Frontline on May the 31st. But, you know, you never know. It's Wargaming after all. Because this current Battle Pass season ends on May the 30th. It should be maybe at the start of May. I'm guessing, because that is usually when Frontline kind of happens. It's the first week of a month, and then, you know, it goes away and then starts again. So hopefully that is going to be the thing, and we should be able to play it in the Battle Pass season and get some Battle Pass points along the way. The best thing that they have done is it's only Tier 8 vehicles again. Which means, finally, yet again, I can go and watch a film on my second monitor and grind some credits. Because it was the best game mode to do that. You didn't have to worry about stats, you didn't have to worry about how well you were doing, you just played the game and it was actually enjoyable. Yeah, you could play with your friends and just earn an absolute load of credits, and it was a beautiful time. Why they have added tier 9s, I don't know. Maybe it was because of their tier 9 premium and they thought that everyone would be doing that. But in reality, all that you got was a T95 sitting at the base and spamming gold at you. So you couldn't you couldn't do anything to him, and he was just penning you every single shot. So yes, I will be playing Frontline in May, and I will be making a lot of money. So I am very happy. They did make a few changes to the map. They removed the bushes from this side, which is, I don't know, it's kind of interesting because it didn't really make sense to have it here because it was just so easy to defend the cap. Because obviously the attacking side is going to be from this side, and then you'll have people just sitting here shooting you. But at the same time, they were already proximitied by people that were camping here. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out. And they've also made a few changes. They've added a building here. I'm guessing to make this cap a little bit easier to actually cap. Because, I mean, already it was kind of easy to cap. But yeah, this should make it a little bit easier even now. And then they've added a building. Don't really know. I mean, that might help a little bit. And again, they've managed to make it a little bit easier to cap, because you used to be able to get sniped all the way from the middle of the map when you were sitting here or just capping. So yeah, they've made it a little bit easier. I'm not really too fussed about these changes. They're not game breaking. I mean, this one is massive, to be fair. The fact that you can now get through here, because you used to have to go all the way back down to, like, down here it would be, to get into the next zone, and then you would go all the way up and around and under through a tunnel to get into the other zone. So this adds a little bit more pressure on the defending team once they win over in, I believe this is the A cap. It might be C, I don't know. It either goes A, B, C, or it goes A, B, C, like that way. But yeah, this is actually quite a good change. And of course, they've added more buildings and another ramp. I don't really mind. Again, it's fine. They really like adding buildings, don't they? Anything more? Wait, what? Okay. Oh, they've added an entire rock. But yeah, I'm quite happy. I'm actually very happy that Frontline is coming back, and you should be too, because it's an easy way of gaining credits. Yes, it can be very boring, but if you have a few friends to play with, it's a very easy and fun time to just earn some credits with them. Now, there are a few changes that went under the radar that not many people are actually speaking about. There was a climb on Tundra that you used to be able to do, where you could climb up the side of the mountain and access the hill from that side. Now, to show you what I mean, this is what you used to be able to do. Obviously, I've just gone onto Scratch Sketch to show you the map. You used to be able to spawn from this side and then go all the way down here, and then there was a little climb. If I just make this a little bit smaller, You used to be going up here and then into this. Now that is gone. I mean, already this side had a lot of kind of places that you could just, it was better, right? Because you used to be able to spawn around here and then you'd have free shots on anyone that was going over like from here. So the only real thing that people had on this side was that you would go like this and just die. So you would get free shots on anyone that was spawning straight away and do that. And they still haven't changed that. But they've removed a climb that has, you know, obviously this side is now a lot harder to actually win the hill from, because yes, this side does get the faster kind of route to go to the hill. And now, although you used to be able to do this, they now have to go all the way around to get onto the hill. What they've done is just... what they've actually done is just put a massive rock there so you cannot climb it. So anyone that knows about this climb, you can no longer do it. They have also made changes to the way the HE is displayed. As you can see here, this was in one of my games. The HE now comes up with a grey icon. So you now have the standard rounds, which is just normal. You then have the gold rounds, which are always lit up in yellow. And then you have HE, which is now kind of greyed out. So you can now know straight away, just from a quick glance, of what actually hit you, whether it was standard, premium, or HE. It's a nice little quality of life update again. So, and finally, the trade-in mechanic has been changed and been improved apparently, resulting in an increased number of offers for exchange. So hopefully, when they bring it back, there will be more offers for you to be able to exchange your vehicle for, and hopefully maybe Progetto. Either way, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, then you know what to do, and I'll see you all in the next video.